Hi. Hi guys. We're just gonna wait for a few more people to join in and then we'll start. Hi. Okay, great. So today's live session is with celebrity makeup artist Aarti Nair, and she's gonna teach us today how to do your blush, contour, and your highlight. So it's gonna be an interesting session. If you guys have any questions while she's teaching me how to do this, then please feel free to ask. You can also ask all your makeup related questions. She's gonna join us in a bit. Okay, so before we start, just to tell you guys, I've already done my base makeup. That means I've already done my foundation and concealer. I've also put a little bit of eyeshadow and eyeliner and kajal and my lipstick. That's it. So she's now gonna teach how to do your blush, contour, and highlight. Ayushi, Aarti's gonna join us, so she will answer your question then. Okay, Aarti's here. Great. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How's your quarantine going so far?
It's going. It's not bad. I have a little makeup on right now because I had a class right now. So it's been good. It's been good. I've been teaching. I've been doing stuff that I like.
You've been
You know,
busy, which is great.
I've been busy, yeah, and I've been busy doing something that I love. So I can't complain. I'm very glad.
I feel like when you're busy and you have a schedule every day, so it's very easy. The
Yeah,
days go by very easily.
it took me a while to kind of figure out what I want, like my routine, and I was just going with the flow. But then when I got a routine, I felt like I was more the day was more streamlined. It was passing faster, so yeah, stuff like that. It's nice. I can see you've done your full makeup. Very good. I'm very impressed.
So I've done so many live videos with makeup artists, and they've always given me tips on how to do your eyeshadow, how to put your base. So I just did my base makeup, as you said, and a little bit of eyeshadow liner.
Very good. I like the makeup. I like the makeup a lot. Very nice.
Thank you. All right. So I'm gonna keep the comments.
Are you ready with your products? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the comments on, and you guys can ask questions while I do it. Yes, I'm ready with my products.
Ask questions, guys. Ask whatever you want. I'm here to answer all your questions.
Yep. So I have my contour.
Show me.
Bronzer. One sec.
Let's use a matte one. Let's use the matte.
This one, right?
Yeah, a little bit. So just make sure you don't take too much. Okay, so even I have that one somewhere here. I don't know. Yeah, so open that once.
This one?
Open it.
One sec. Yep.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna mix two colors because I feel like the pack one is a bit warm, but I want it to be mixed with a bit of a cool color. So let's do one dab of the pack, but two dabs of the Hoola. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
So also, like, I love mixing, guys. It's a problem that I have, but I also do it because I never find that one product that is the right. I mean, I find it, but then I keep mixing, matching, and seeing what I love. So I mix colors. So it's okay to mix. It's okay.
Okay. Is this brush good?
Yeah. Do you have something angular? Do you have an angular brush? You could use that.
This one?
Do you have a fluffy brush? Okay, no, let's just use the one that you had before this because this is a bit like. Ideally, guys, you can use this. Ideally, guys, I'll show you from what I have. Ideally, it should be something angular like this. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Because this angle will help you to, get a more accurate line. I mean, it will be easier for you.
Pooja, I didn't use an eye pencil. I used eyeliner, which is by Lakme, the normal jo nail polish jaisa lagta hai. That one. So yeah. Okay, and now I've got it on.
Okay, so now what I want you to do is the key to contour is that it should be in the, this is your point of reference, the middle of your, right here, the middle of your ear, right? So even if you want, you could do that, exactly what you're doing right now to get a reference. You could do this, okay? So what I want you to do is, I want you to apply the color, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want you to come all the way down here, okay? Apply the color and then just blend going upwards. So in a circular motion, you can blend going upwards. So no, don't drag it, dab the color. Don't drag the color, just dab it here. That's it, don't come all the way down. And then just blend it going into your temples. Yeah. Yeah. Now look straight into a mirror or wherever. Yeah. Can you see the difference? When you see the difference, you know you're doing something right, right? And also another thing is, sometimes like I feel like when you're doing it on yourself, you may not be used to doing it like this. So you want to tilt your head a little bit just so that you can get a better access. So you can tilt your head a little bit or you can keep it straight. Both are correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just have to blend it like that. Yeah, you can use that mirror. Use that mirror. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. The more you blend, the more seamless it looks, basically. Can you see the difference? Yeah. Now we'll take a little bit for the. Yeah. Can you see? Now we'll take the little bit for the other side.
So dab.
Yeah. Dab. And don't come all the way down here. Huh? Stay here. Stay here. This is your point of reference. Yeah, and go up into your temples and your
make
forehead.
A 3.
Yeah, like
that's
because this you can do
like a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to explain it, actually, to be honest. Yeah, perfect. And now we'll take a little bit and we'll go into the jawline. So we'll go from right behind the ear, right, all across this way. Yeah. Now, when you come here, sometimes people feel they want a more chisel look here. So instead of going straight, I like to go into a V. So it gives you a more contoured look. So when you come here, I want you to blend, and then come into a V like that. Like come into the center. So come like that. Yeah. And then from the other side, you come more in like that.
Oh, I already see the line.
Yeah, can you see that? So when you take a step back and you look at yourself in the mirror, it gives you a way more chiseled. Can you see that? And now do you have like a smaller brush, maybe for a little bit of a contour on the nose?
Yeah. Is this good?
Yeah, that's good. You can use that. So what I want you to do is, I want you to concentrate here. I want you to only concentrate on here. I don't want you to concentrate all the way here because your nose is quite thin here. Like I don't want so much of concentration here. I want the more cleaner look here. So I want you to go in with your brush and just kind of give your nose a little bit of shading in the same way that I'm doing it. A little bit like that. Yeah. And now the other side. And sometimes what happens, guys, if you make the line too strong, you can always go in with your finger and blend it, or you can take a puff or a sponge and blend it. Yeah. Because basically you shouldn't see any lines. You know, it shouldn't be that you can see a line. It should all be very blended, very seamless. Yeah. Can you see the difference now? Yeah. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, before we do the blush, I want you to contour a little bit more here.
Here?
Yeah. Don't take the hula, just take the darker color, the warmer color. Yeah, perfect.
Right here, right?
Yeah, right there. Just very little. Yeah, now the other side. Yeah, because when I saw you looking straight, I just want a more sharper. That's it. And now we take our blush. Blush time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I got my blush.
Yeah. Now this we'll take only one dab of, because I feel like it's rich in pigment. It looks like a very deep color, but I just want a flush. So just do one dab and dab off the excess. So one dab and then dab off the excess. Yeah.
Okay.
Now the key is give yourself a small smile. Yeah. And you will apply blush on the apples of your cheek, but not too much in the center. It needs to be here. So you will smile, dab the product very lightly here, and then just take it up a little bit. Like you're just giving a flush. Yeah, just a flush to your cheeks. Yeah. Can you see the more blended? It's not covering the contour. It's just blending with the contour. Yeah, just a little bit. That's all we want. We don't want more than that. Yeah.
It also lifts your face.
It also gives your face a very fresh look. You know, when you do pinks and peaches and things like that, especially for our skin tone, I feel like brown just pulls it down. What the brown does is give you the structure, and the pink just lifts it. Peach will lift it. You know, it'll give it that flush look.
Yeah.
And now highlighter, my favorite part.
My favorite part. Oh, we said it together.
Are we using cream or are we using powder?
Powder. Yeah, I have a liquid highlighter also. Do you want me to use that?
Should we use liquid? Should we go there? Should we open that? We should do it. Let's do cream. Come, for fun.
Okay. I need to get my liquid highlighter, so give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I'll just get it.
Okay, till she comes back, let me answer some questions. Which contour would you suggest for Indian skin? So, I like the Smashbox because they come with like really nice palettes. It's a 3-color palette. Oh, she came back so fast. And I took one question right now, which is which contour would you suggest for Indian skin? The Smashbox one is really good. They have it in 2 different colors, 2 different shades actually. Each one comes in a 3-color palette. You have the NYX, which is also really good. You have great contours from Benefit. So there are great brands, guys, that are available in Sephora, online, on Nykaa. So yeah, there are many things available. Okay, time for cream. Oh, great. Okay, so this one we'll need. This one is
the Makeup Revolution liquid highlighter.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take one drop here, because it's very intense in color, very intense, like super intense. Yeah, let's just take that much. It's really thick. Yeah. Now what I want you to do is your highlight. So we have our contour, which gives us the shape. We have our blush that kind of lifts the face and gives it a color.
Yes.
Now we want a little bit of shine to balance the shadow, that we've created, right? So I want you to put highlighter just.
Should I take it on my finger?
So yeah, take it on your finger. Take very little, like maybe 1 drop, and just dab it on this, really on top of your blush, just on the high cheek.
Right here?
Just here, right there. Yeah. But don't come too down. Start here. Start small. Yeah. And then just blend this in. Very gently with your hand. Just like blend. Don't come too down here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can you see that little shine when you tilt your head? That little glow that you get here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I want you to do the same on this side. I want you to do the same on this side.
That's too much.
That's okay. Bring your finger and then just dab it. Go into your eye here. Go up here. Yeah, go here. Don't come down. Just lift it slightly. Yeah. If you make a mistake, guys, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry. You can always use any other finger that does not have product, and you can just blend it.
Okay.
See? Yeah. And now I want you to put a little bit just on the bridge of the nose. So I don't want you to come all the way down. I want you to
Okay.
first put it here on the bridge. Oh, right here. Higher. Higher, 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 higher. Yeah. And I want you to go up slightly. Up. See, because the point, you should not rub it like this because you've already done makeup. You should always dab it.
Dab. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. You should always dab.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I want you to put a little bit on your Cupid's bow right here. Right here. Very little on your lip. Just dab it very gently. On the lip line, not so much on your skin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like to put a little bit just here at the base of the lip. Just a little bit. Not so much on your skin, more on the lip. Just at the base. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see how it's just automatically lifted?
Yeah.
And sometimes what you can do, guys, if you have extra highlighter on your hand, you can always put it in the inner corner here. And since you've done your makeup, what you can do is take very little on your little finger and just put it on your eyelid, not on your tear duct, on your eyelid, just in the inner corner.
Oh,
yeah.
Did I put it wrong?
So you can put it there. That's an option. Okay. You can also put it on your lid. So on the other eye, why don't you go ahead and put it on your lid here? Yeah. Yeah. Just blend it into your eyeshadow like that. Yeah. Can you see? So you can do either of two things. You can put it in the inner corner like we did on the other eye. Yeah. Or you can put a little bit. Or you can put a little bit on your eyelid like you've done like that. Because what that does is basically enhances your eye
Instantly
makeup.
pops. This eye is more enhanced than this one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and do it on this as well. It doesn't matter. A little bit won't hurt anyone. It's okay. It's okay. Just blend it with another. Just blend. It's absolutely fine. I like how you had a freak out right now. Like for
so much pressure doing.
For no reason you have had a freak out, which is fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna put whatever's left.
So this is how, guys, you can do your blush, your highlighter. Highlighter, the good thing about highlighter, yeah, just blend that a little bit. Yeah. The good thing about highlighter is that you can use it very carefully, especially if you're using a cream like you saw right now. The freak out that she has had. But yeah, you can do this with powder, you can do it with cream. These are just little things that, just enhance the makeup that you've already done. Because like if you have like you use a very nude color on your inner corner, so it's very easy to kind of just put a little bit of highlighter if you're feeling very tired and if you feel like your eyes need to open up a bit. These are ways in which you can open up your eyes using a highlighter. Even if you're using a bronzer, if you're using something which has shimmer in it, just be careful because shimmer always, when you take pictures and things like that, because it's shiny, it will not look the same as a matte bronzer. So just be a little careful when you're applying like a bronzer which has shine and a bronzer which is completely matte.
Okay, Kirti was asking what to do when your liquid highlighter gets patchy on the skin.
So, first of all, when your liquid highlighter gets patchy, the thing is, there are two things you can do. Number one, you can take a little bit and warm it on your finger. So when you rub makeup on your finger like that, the warmth of your finger is actually what heats the makeup a little bit and allows it to blend. You can possibly do that. Number one. Number two is you can always use a damp sponge. But if you're doing this after you've done your makeup, your sponge cannot be super damp. It has to be very slight, just enough so that it's going to blend on the makeup. So just these two things you can do. if you do it after makeup. If you're doing it before, then it's fine. It can just be a regular damp sponge and you can just blend it. But I would suggest blending it in a dabbing motion and not in a stroke motion.
Right.
What else?
Also, a lot of the most asked question that we get is how to contour for a round face or like different face structures.
So see, like for you, the basic contour one-on-one is this, right? This is where it's supposed to be. So that is always correct. But let's say I had a rounder face, I would increase my contour. Like if I'm looking at myself like this, I would increase it a little bit here, you know, a little bit more out.
So the trick is to do everything higher.
Yeah, and to create that shadow. For your face, I kept it very outside. So it was just one line here and then we blended it here. For me, sometimes, for example, when I feel like my face is bloated and things like that, I feel like I sometimes go here even with my contour, because I feel I need a little bit extra on my temples, or I need a little bit extra on my forehead, you know. So these are ways in which you can contour if you think your face is round. You can do the jaw like how I showed you. So these are just extra things that you can do to get that shape. Also, you can apply your blush in the same motion that you applied your contour, just on the apple. So instead of doing this, you know, in a round motion, I would do it in a more stroke motion, just so that I can get that structure even from my blush.
Right. Okay, thank you. Pooja is asking, even though she has the right shade of foundation and concealer, but when she applies it, it makes her look dark.
How to work with it? So obviously what has happened is that the foundation and the concealer is oxidizing on your skin. So I mean, either you probably have to mix it with a slightly cooler tone, so a slightly lighter color, just to get that tone that you need. Because what's happening is that once you wear the foundation or the concealer, it's kind of oxidizing and then it's kind of creating that darkness. So the best option that I could give you is either you rebuy the foundation and the concealer to a color that is completely yours. And one way of doing that is basically going to the store and actually applying it on your face and not applying it on your hand. Number one. Number two, you can also possibly, like I said, get a lighter color, mix it with a warmer to match it to a tone that's yours, and that should work perfectly.
Can you suggest a good contour for Indian skin? Aisha is asking.
A good contour for Indian skin, I really like the Smashbox ones. So the Smashbox ones I've been using for a long time. They come also because I don't like buying one color, because I feel all of us have such different tones, all of us have different undertones, and Indian skin has such a wide variety in terms of color, texture. So for me, I like a variety of colors. So Smashbox really gives me that, you know, because it has a medium and a dark, and each one has two colors plus a highlighter. So that really helps me because I can mix colors, because I mix a lot. So I really like the Smashbox one. I also really like the Charlotte.
Also, do you like do you like a cream contour or a powder contour?
So a cream contour, again, a cream contour for someone who needs excessive contouring, or who really wants that super chiseled, super structure kind of look. What I would do is I would do foundation, then I would do my cream contour, then I would powder, then I would use powder contour, like that double contour situation. It is not as, powder is definitely easier to use and practice with. Cream, you need to understand blending, you need to understand all of that. So if you're absolutely familiar with that, go ahead, do cream and powder, you'll get a super contoured look, which is also amazing if that's something you're looking for. What else?
Okay. Someone asked, how can you hide slim lines?
How can I hide what?
Like these lines that come on your face, probably.
Guys, laugh lines are good. It means you're happy. Why would you want to cover them?
Also, should
fine. It happens. First of all, it happens. Okay, everyone has laugh lines. okay? And you should not want to cover them because they're a sign of happiness and joy, which is great. If you anyway still want to conceal them, then I would not suggest keep applying concealer and doing it. Use a primer, one of the like the photo finish primers or any primer that you have, and then do your makeup. But I wouldn't
Right.
want to hide them. Okay.
Also, sometimes when I apply concealer or it tends to become gray, even though it's like my shade. So like I'll apply it, I'll blend it, and
But
then
do
it'll
you
become
apply a corrector before?
no. Is that why?
That is the key, guys. You have to use a corrector. So even for me, I'm like, oh, I don't need makeup and whatever. I do.
Yeah.
I do need to cover whenever I do my makeup. I do
Yeah.
have to conceal, and I have to use a corrector, because what a corrector does is, if you can see, I have no makeup on today except for some gel situation I put. But can you see that here it's slightly warmer
Yeah.
than here? Just here.
Yeah.
I have a bit of darkness there, right? So even for me, I cannot just put a concealer. It will go slightly gray because I'm matching my concealer to this skin tone. I'm not matching it with this skin tone.
Okay.
So it's definitely going to go gray. But if I use a peach corrector and I cut this darkness, because it's a bit like purplish.
So wait, you said peach corrector. When do you use an orange or a red corrector?
So it depends on your tones. I don't like playing around with green and red and all of that. I like to keep it to my peach and my dark peach and those kind of colors, because those are the kind of tones that we have.
Right.
Also, you have to pick your corrector depending on your tone, whether you're a cool undertone or a warm undertone.
Yes.
For me, I use a peach corrector. I use a peach corrector. There are days when I'll use a dark peach corrector, So, I know how to work with it, but I always suggest to everyone to figure out their tone, which is why I'm so happy that Bobbi Brown is in India now, because you have such lovely colors in their correctors,
Right.
And so if you use a corrector, what a corrector will do is it will correct this color. So it will cut this darkness. And then when I use my concealer, it'll all be one tone, because that peach has cut the darkness and brought it to a color that is closest to my skin tone. And
Right.
therefore, when I use my concealer, it never goes gray.
Okay. Jaiti is asking, my face is darker than my neck and body, so should she opt for one shade lighter in her foundation? Like, should she opt for a lighter foundation?
See, if your neck is a different color, I would say, to keep the foundation that you choose, keep your foundation closest to your skin tone. Don't go one shade lighter, because what is going to happen is, after a while, if it does oxidize, it could look gray.
Yes.
So you should always match it to your face, and then you can do foundation a little bit till here. Or you can do a little bit of body makeup, which is like highlighter, or a little bit of bronzer you can put on your neck and balance it. But if your face goes gray, that's not going to be good. So match it to your face.
Dr. D. Sachdev is asking, can you suggest an affordable corrector?
There are many, Maybelline has, there are so many brands on Nykaa that have correctors. But if you're going to buy a corrector, I believe in the Bobbi one, because I've used it and I really, really like it. MAC has a bunch of correctors as well. They have a corrector palette. They have individuals as well. I think there are some on Nykaa also. I think LA Girl or some. There are a couple of brands that have.
LA Girl.
Makeup Forever has correctors. And they have many correctors. They have peach, they have light peach, so there's a wide variety up on the website.
Pragya is asking, what do you prefer, matte blush or shimmer blush?
I have my days. I like both. But I honestly like, if you have like textured skin, if you have a lot of acne, if you're dealing with that situation, I would suggest use matte, because what happens with shine is it kind of attracts, it kind of enhances all those shades, and the acne and things like that. And I prefer using something that is matte, that is not super shiny and doesn't have too much glitter in it. So I would prefer matte, but in life I prefer both. So
I have a Laura Mercier primer and it's been 3 years. Can I still use it? Someone's asking.
I don't think so. 3 years is a long time. You should see the date of it. Also depends on the date of manufacture. So please check that, guys, because don't use something that's expired.
Ishita is asking, why does she get small bumps on her face after applying foundation?
Small bumps on her face after applying foundation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the foundation is not suiting you, or something in your prep and prime is not suiting you.
Reaction.
Though, because I don't
Also
know
is
exactly what the composition of what we're using.
yeah. Also is applying primer before like doing your makeup. Okay.
It's very important. Because if you don't give your if your base is not your first stage of makeup, which is your prep and prime, if your canvas is not ready, moisturized and ready and hydrated, then your makeup is not going to glide on. It's always going to be patchy.
Yes.
How does placement
Simran
of blush on different areas affect an overall look? Sorry, I read a random question, guys, so I'm sorry about that. But somebody had a good question here, saying that how does placement of blush on different areas affect the overall look? It does affect it, because if you're going to apply blush all the way down here, you're going to have a pink color somewhere here, and it's going to make your face look bigger. So placement is very, very important for your overall look.
Simran,
Sorry.
Simrat is asking, all her lipsticks don't stay on her lips, so what can she do to increase the longevity of lipsticks? Like her lipsticks don't stay on her lips.
Okay, so one thing is basic. You can apply a lip pencil before you use your lipstick. So apply a lip pencil all over your lip and then use the lipstick. It lasts longer like that. Secondly, you can dab a little bit of powder on your lip after doing lipstick and then apply another coat of lipstick, and that will allow it to last longer for sure.
Meera is asking, can you suggest a foundation that she can use daily?
Foundation you can use daily. Maybelline is very good for daily use. L'Oreal has a couple of colors. I don't know. They've updated their colors again. So maybe you can check that out. I love Chanel. I love Dior Backstage. So any of those can be used. Bobby's also there. Bobby's also very good. Next question.
How to go about under eye makeup? Lavina is asking how to go about under eye makeup. The foundation sets on the fine creases and then looks bad.
It's because your prep and prime is not good, I'll be honest. Because there's no reason for your foundation to do that if you haven't hydrated your skin properly before, which is what I said. So you have to, prep and prime is very important. It'll help your makeup blend better. It will not sit in the fine lines. And if you're going to do, you can also do your corrector concealer after your foundation, but I would suggest to do it before. But each to his own. You can do whatever.
Okay, so by prep and prime, do you mean like the actual prep and prime?
By prep and prime, I mean your own skincare routine and a prep and prime.
Okay.
So I would do my own skincare routine, and then maybe after like 15-20 minutes do prep and prime, and then do my makeup, because like if you're going to, even if you come out straight out of the shower, use your own skincare, do your own skincare routine, and then you can start your makeup. But that's very important.
Or can you suggest a best hydrating cream? Anchal is asking.
Hydrating cream, but see, moisturizing cream, guys, is very personal. It's something that you have to, like, a lot of people go to their dermats and they suggest their, like, what kind of cream you should use. There are many skincare brands out there that have great skincare products. I've personally used Shiseido. I have used what else have I used? I've used some medicated ones as well because I'm very particular. But I really love the Shiseido products. They're very good. Their serums and their creams are very good.
Okay, Pragya has an interesting question. She asked how to fix your liner while your eyeshadow is already done?
How to fix an imbalanced liner while your eyeshadow is already done? It's very simple. You have to take a earbud and correct it. You can take a little bit of makeup remover on your earbud, remove it, reapply your eyeshadow, and then do your liner. And if you make a mistake, like we saw a freak out happen today, there's there's no problem. Like I mean when I'm doing my own liner also, if I make a mistake, you would see on my page, I have done many tutorials. If you make a mistake, you can rub it out. If you rub it out and a little bit eyeshadow is like a little bit of eyeshadow gets removed, you can always reapply it. If you take a earbud and just remove the liner very gently and then dab it with a dry tissue and then just reapply the eyeshadow, it'll never look like anything went wrong. Trust me.
Okay. We'll take a last question. Kirti is asking which setting spray is good, matte or dewy? Which setting spray is good, matte or dewy?
It depends. So in the summer, I wouldn't use a super dewy setting spray because with our climate and the kind of humidity we have, I mean, for me also, I have oily skin, so I would not use something that has excessive shine in it. So I would use matte. But in the winter, I would use something that has that shine because I want that little bit of like dewiness in my skin. So anything, I mean, both work. It just depends on what skin type you are and what weather you're living in.
Okay, last question we take by Anchal, which is when she uses a foundation, it tends to look dry after some time. So if you could suggest a solution for that.
When she uses foundation, it tends to look dry. Okay, if it tends to look dry, maybe you can freshen it up by using a spray, a setting spray. Let that kind of completely dry off and then start doing your makeup again. Or then what is happening is that you're putting too much powder. Because sometimes when you're not using a loose powder and you're using a flat, like a, why am I not getting the name? When you're using like one of those compacts, okay, the powder is slightly thicker than a loose powder, so it could add to the powderiness of the foundation.
Like this.
I would suggest to use a loose powder. Yeah, exactly. This is slightly heavier, so I would suggest use a loose powder and see whether that helps you better.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. When I after foundation, when I put powder, creases come. Manisha is asking, why does she get creases after she puts foundation and powder?
So when you put your powder, I don't know what you're applying your powder with, but I would suggest, and I do this a lot, I take a fluffy brush like this and I just like blend all the excess powder out of my face so that it doesn't have time to stay on the face. And then I go in separately and I put powder here if I'm going to do like a smoky eye or something.
So wait, you put your concealer and then you take your powder and just brush it around?
Yeah, so when you're setting your foundation, if you're setting it with a brush, then you can go and just set it properly. But then after that, after it sets for about a minute or two, what you have to do is take a fluffy brush that has no product and then just remove the excess.
Excess off, okay.
It's like when you're baking, you bake and then you remove the excess. You don't let it sit there, right? So let it sit there and then you remove it.
Which color of loose powder should we use to set makeup?
Something that has no color in it. It shouldn't have color. Cover FX has a great loose setting powder, which is in the color light and medium. They are both matte and shiny, so you can choose whichever one you want. But yeah, you should use something which has very minimal color, because that can also add to the color of your foundation and then it could change it a little bit. So just be careful with that.
Makeup with Bhavya says she loves you.
Oh, thank you, Makeup with Bhavya. Thank you so much for tuning into this live as well. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Okay, I think that was about it. We've answered these questions. What do you suggest? Concealer?
Okay, I'm going to choose one last question. Can I choose one last question?
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'm going to scroll, okay? And then I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to choose one amazing question. Okay, I stopped at... Oh, it's the last question. Okay, no. I stopped at best loose glitters and glue. Okay. So best loose glitters would be the MAC Pigments, would be Makeup Forever. ColourPop does some loose colors, and glue would be Duo Glue. That's it.
Yeah, Duo Glue is actually very nice.
Duo Glue is very good for glitters, very good for lashes. I stand by them. I love them. Amazing.
All right, Aarti, thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you. I hope this helped whoever was watching. I hope blush contour highlighter of how I did it helped you a little bit. I really hope it did. It was really fun.
Yes, thank you so much for doing this again.
Thank you, Shadi Saga, for doing this live with me.
Thank you. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. See you.
Bye. Okay, guys, so that was for today's live session. I hope you all enjoyed it. We learned how to apply your blush. Pragya, I'm glad this live session helped you. So we learned how to apply our blush, our contour, and our highlight. This live session will be saved on our stories for 24 hours. So in case you guys missed anything, please go and watch it on our stories. It will be saved. Also, we have a YouTube channel by the name of Shadi Saga. So all these live videos are being uploaded there. So you can go back, check out YouTube and watch whichever live video you want. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, we've put out a schedule for this week about what live videos are happening every day. So you guys can go head to Shadi Saga's Instagram. There's a schedule that we've put out and see which live session is happening every day. Yes, I did my own eyes. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and see you guys.